today I'm going to share going to Disney World during COVID. So kind of what are the new restrictions, rules, regulations, all that stuff, and what was it like when we were actually there. So we just got back from Disney World a few days ago, and so I'll give you a little overview of the reservation process, checking in, and the total experience moving forward, so you can have a better sense of what it's like if you're thinking about going to Disney World anytime soon. So at this point, January 2021, Disneyland is still closed. Unfortunately, COVID cases in California are very high, so they're keeping that part closed. Disney World, on the other hand, is open. However, you have to go through a reservation process in order to get your tickets. So what does that mean? If you're booking straight through Disney, it's very easy because you'll book, your hotel, your tickets, and all of that stuff through their website. And then it's a pretty seamless process once you have your account to book your dates. But what it means is you can't change your dates. So let's say you pick Magic Kingdom for one day, on a Saturday. You have to go on that Saturday. You don't get to kind of switch it around, or if the weather's bad or something like that, you're committed. What we did is we actually booked through Costco and we stayed at the Dolphin Resort, which I'll go over later. It's very nostalgic for me because the last time I went to Disney World was a million years ago when I was in high school for a high school competition, and we stayed there. So I wanted to stay there again. And it's very centrally located, so it's very convenient to get to a lot of the parks from the Dolphin Resort. But since we went through Costco for our package, what you have to do is then you have to call Disney, and you have to use your reservation number. You'll actually get two emails from Costco. The second one has your park reservation number. So we still booked 3 tickets for 3 days. There is a way to go to the Disney website and check in advance if the parks are available for those particular days that we were looking at before you make your reservation. So we checked that first, booked through Costco, called Disney, and what they do is they verify your reservation number from Costco and put you in the system. We did ours very last minute. We were waiting for my husband to get vaccinated and have all of that go through before we went. So we did everything within about 3 days. So our number from our Costco reservation hadn't been processed yet, but we were on the phone with Disney. They took it took about half an hour, but they were able to reserve our spot. And then what they said is, call back once that reservation number has been processed, just to double check and make sure that your reservations are completed and secured. We didn't even have to do that though, because I got an email the very next day saying everything was reserved properly. So what we did is we booked 3 days. We booked Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and then Hollywood Studios. And so while we were at Disneyland, what we wanted to do, or Disney World, what we wanted to do is to make sure to get there as early as possible each day, right when the parks opened. And we were kind of curious about how it was going to look with this new reservation process. Would there be significantly fewer people? What would this experience be like? Because last time we were at Disney, it was, crazy busy. Something that is a policy change, besides the fact that you need to wear masks the entire time, is that they do not allow fast passes for just anyone. So you have to have a disability or some kind of condition that would allow you to have the fast pass. So that did limit the access to the fast pass process. The other thing is that you have to go get your tickets. You have to check in at will call because of all this reservation process. You have to check in at will call first. So our reservation, our first day was a Sunday, and we booked Magic Kingdom because we wanted to get, kind of maximize our day. But by the time we woke up from our time difference, because we are on mountain time, so that was a little bit of a difficult thing, waking up so early in the morning, catching the bus from our hotel, getting to the Magic Kingdom will call section, waiting in line, and everything is spaced out. So every line you go to, they actually have stickers on the ground 6 feet apart to keep people, big groups, separate from each other. But then you had to wait in line. You get your tickets for all 3 days, so you don't have to do the will call line every single morning. But then you have to go and either get on a bus or a boat or the monorail to go into Magic Kingdom. So by the time we got into Magic Kingdom, it was probably around 9:30 in the morning. The park opens at 8. It was already super busy and it was pouring down rain. And the line, so for example, the line to the Seven Dwarfs roller coaster was already over an hour wait. What I appreciate though is that they have an app, so it does give you a sense of, how long the wait will be for certain rides and things like that, so you can kind of budget your time accordingly. But what we found is that because of the reservation system, there were technically fewer people in the parks each of the 3 days. However, because the live shows are canceled, because some of the rides are closed, and some of the other kind of fun places that you can go and interact with different things, most of those are canceled or shut down temporarily. One exception being the bug show, the Bugs Life show at Animal Kingdom, because it's all animatronic, it's not people, so they just spread us out. It was actually really entertaining. I recommend going. But because there were just fewer options and almost everything was a ride, it was really, really busy. All the top rides, that you want to go to, the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Avatar Pandora ride, which is awesome. Everything is over an hour wait. The only time we got really lucky is that we actually were able to get up early and we got to Animal Kingdom right when it opened. We were able to go on their big Expedition Everest roller coaster twice without waiting at all, and it was really, really fun. And then we went on their dinosaur ride without waiting at all. But then as soon as it hit about 8:30 in the morning, the crowds came in and then the lines were super duper long. Again, just because there's fewer things open, there's fewer restaurants open. So you're kind of limited in what you can do. And so that means everyone is right there. The other thing to be mindful of is because they're spreading out the lines, they're spreading them out into the park. So if you've been to Disney or any theme park, you know that you get in line, but then you kind of weave through an interior area where usually there's like some cute things to look at. But because everything is 6 feet apart, so they're actually taking the lines and spreading them throughout the park, which then does make it feel kind of cramped and crowded, and you do get a little more nervous. Now, granted, it was worth it. It was so fun. We definitely kept our distance. There's hand sanitizer everywhere you go. So after every single ride, you've got the hand sanitizer. We've washed our hands. We would get back to the hotel and we would change. It seemed like almost everyone we saw at the park were wearing masks, being very respectful of all of the rules. So overall, it was fun, but it was definitely significantly more crowded than we thought with the reservation system. I don't know what we really thought it was going to be like. Wishful thinking, I guess. But if you have any questions or if you had a different experience with the new COVID policies, please don't hesitate to put those below and subscribe to this channel for more adventures in the future. Thank you. Bye.